After a long-running manga series, right, that has been going on for years at this point and has been engraved in all of our minds, shit, it did for me. You would think that the mangaka is gonna just, chill, right? You spend some good needed time with his family because God knows when's the last time they've seen their families. But no, this man, Horikoshi, just decides to cook even more than he ever did before on his series. Now, I might be overhyping it, obviously, but this when he actually decides to just be like, hey, maybe let me just make art rather than just working on a schedule to finish a story that I already wrote. And that was when we began to see a shift. During that time, a lot of people were giving a lot of bad credit towards MHA with its bad ending, so niggas were kind of calling the show mid in general. And at that time, I didn't catch up to it, so I just didn't really pay no mind to it. But I think after people started seeing more of Horikoshi's actual proper art that he would make, people kind of looked at the series in a different kind of lens and actually started to appreciate the artwork more. But to tell you now, nigga, I was there from day one. So y'all do not like this art like I do, okay? You just can't test me by putting all the honey on Horikoshi today, okay? But sadly though, there was one piece of art that honestly blew up for the wrong reasons. And to be honest, this has been an argument that has been going on in the My Hero Academia community for so long. That is about skin tones, but we'll get on to that later. Yeah, let's see what bro cooked in the past year or so or whatever. Just walk with me, bro. Going off of the last few pieces that he posted, that most of all just promote him ending like the manga. After he's done doing his promotional stuff, one thing that I don't think is talked about is how unique the art style is. I don't think people give enough credit to how unique Horikoshi's art style is. At the time when it came out, I think it had the most unique art style amongst everything that was coming out at the time. There was like Black Clover. I think My Hero Academia's art style is so interesting but so basic. It does the basic anime art style really well, but still makes it very stylized in its own way. And that just mixed in with like the hero kind of vibe with it. With Horikoshi's great way of like posing and stylizing, bro, it really makes just, oh my god, bro. It just makes pieces that like really express characters with interesting shapes and characteristics. It just makes them alive, okay? Like, he just makes his characters alive. Even this freaking monster guy thing. I have no idea who this nigga is. Oh no, that's the lizard guy, bro, I forgot. Obviously, we have our waifu, Lady Nagans. Come on, man. This nigga knows what we like and we know what we're here for. So the boy blessed us with a little bit of something just to keep us fed for a little bit. Just oral farming, just saying he was about 4.5 hours late for a broadcast of his MHA anime. Did he make that on the way? Because if he did, crazy. I don't know if he has like a little iPad that he just be sketching on. That'd be so cute. And we have this really cool Tokoyami piece, bro. This is so cool. He integrated like the transformation really well with the really cool dots too. That's such a nice subtle way of like differentiating the dark shadow while also making it look like his clothes too, because it kind of shares like the same color with his dark cloak, but it's kind of cool because that's his power too, so it fits into his whole vibe as it's still like a part of him too, if I'm making sense. I don't know if I'm yapping. I can't lie, I'm becoming a lot more self-conscious about how I explain art now because a lot of y'all are watching now, because what the hell? I didn't expect to reach 5k already because that was my end year goal. 10k? I mean, let's go. Let's go. Obviously, we got the OG Mina Ashido, our glorious queen. The colors that he uses, it's kind of like watercolory in a way. I love how grainy he made the background though. It really makes her pop out. And he kind of adds it into like the shading too. Or is it just everywhere? No, I think it's applied to everything. Mouthful. He never really does backgrounds all the time. With his shading style, it fits it so well, bro, because he's really able to just pick more transparent colors rather than crazy oversaturated ones. That's fine, to be honest, because there are great examples of people using saturation to show changes in brightness, you know what I'm saying? Rather than using like a lighter version of that color, just taking it up towards the white, why not increase the saturation of it to help layer it out? Just a little bit of digital art knowledge that I learned, you know what I'm saying? I learned a little. Now, I think Horikoshi does a great job in like using these kind of like muddy colors against this kind of like white background to help make his subjects pop out a lot more. And for the points that he really wants you to focus at, he uses that high saturation, which he mostly uses in the eyes and maybe like at some points of like the body where he thinks represents the character the most. So for like maybe like Mina Ashido, some of like the highlighting on like the slime here too, that's a great example of that. Even with the clothes, it's not that saturated. That is not the most saturated cyan that you can get, trust. You can get way more cyan than that. And if he wanted to highlight it with that, he could have, but I feel like it would have overpowered the whole piece with the balancing of it all. He just doesn't want to make shit look too noisy, and balancing that out makes a very structured piece in my opinion. We have the goats here. Damn, Toga and Orihime. Not already. Rocket. And you can flip this. Editing for it will probably just flip that shit. Look at this, bro. Peak right here, bro. I don't even know what to say, man. I've been meaning to do this video for so long, but I'm over here and I'm just genuinely speechless. Bro, you've read the manga, you've seen the panels. Look at these. Amazing. Like, there's really nothing much you can say. His ability to be able to capture a mood. This Nejire went viral, and I'm like, why? I want to gatekeep this. I want to bookmark it. Will I probably look at it again? Maybe at some points, but like, I want to gatekeep this. Let's go viral. I understand why, because this is so peak. Let's break it down. Let's go into the fabric. This shit is skin tight. Zooming in with like all these highlights on like the skin and shit. It's so cool. And the hair, the details on the hair. Dude, I remember seeing one artist doing like a black version of this. She did a black version of this. Speaking of black, you want to stay to the end because you know what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about this. She did a black version of this. It looked so good. Oh my god, with the braids too. That looked so satisfying. I hope I can find it to show you guys. Again, like I said, with the white backgrounds, bro, this just makes the pose just pop out so much more. Obviously, he could have like gone through this with like some kind of complex background and stuff like that, but I think he puts in so much detail into his own OCs and original characters that he just lets them speak for themselves, you know what I'm saying? With like the really intricate character design that he goes into making his characters, just really expressing their bodies properly on that canvas. Like, there's no other simple way to say that he is just showing you what he can do, and this is exactly what he can do. This man's just dropping his whole portfolio like he wants us to hire him. Like, obviously, bro, you have the job. As soon as you stepped in, you got the job. So my guy, there's nothing to there's nothing to worry about. Then I didn't see this one. Bakugo, Deku, and Mirko running. Oh, they're trying to save Christmas. Hey, I want a special. Don't celebrate Christmas, but my shader looking nice. We got this. Oh my god, bro. When I said character design, bro, you think the character design stopped with MHA, bro? He extended this and took Aizawa. This looks like an alternate version, like Aizawa Shigaraki kind of mix, bro. I don't even know where to start. First off, what the hell happened to my boy? Okay, you lost an eye. Okay, you lost a leg. Okay, no, a reasonable crash out. You know what? Grow your hair out and become a hobo. Hey, at least you have a leg now. You got a leg now. Again, he just lets the pose speak for itself. Really like these nice little like splatters that he put on. It really adds to like the texture of it all. Just a really rough shadow. Oh, I like the shoes. They're very roughly done, but I like it a lot. This hand, so effortless, bro. Just using the different tones to just make those layers while also making it fit into the whole color scheme of the piece is so nice. Like choosing for more of like a paler skin tone is so good. Sharp guy. My guy is smart too. Don't let this nigga fool you, bro, just because he's a manga artist. And he does it again with Shigaraki, bro, but this time on a black background, bro. And he drips this nigga out with all the hands, bro. If you want to give him hands, he's gonna give you like 10 back, bro. This is just a handyman right now, bro. And his stunting up. His stunting up? What? His stunting. He's just trying to cross the street, bro. He's like, damn, I'm just trying to cross the street type shift. Nonchalant, smelly ass nigga, bro. Dude, I want to know what brush he used for these clothes, man. Dude, these highlights on this bag right here are so satisfying. I don't know how long it takes for bro to do this. Again, I think he used that same brush that he used for that previous piece over here to, again, add to that texture again. It does a great job of blending bro into the background too, making that orange and those really nice browns really pop out from like the black of the whole piece, which is such a nice contrast compared to all the other pieces that we've seen earlier with the whites. I don't know if this is just like a thing that Horikoshi has always been doing, but to be honest, he always has been. Whenever he would like just do like sketches, much like Kei Urana be posting their shit too on Twitter. Hey, I've just been following for a while from a fan of the series, but a big part of this video and a big reason as to why I wanted to post this was mostly because of a situation that happened around last week. Because Horikoshi posted a portrait of Mirko. Mirko being a beloved character of the fan base. This situation, to be honest, for me is nothing new to see in the art community, as I was also in the MHA community. People wouldn't stop having this argument about Mirko's skin color. I'm glad Horikoshi didn't give a damn and still chose to produce this amazing piece, because let's glaze it for a second before we talk about the annoying stuff that really just irked me. Because it gets even worse. It gets really, really racist. Horikoshi brings us back home with a white background, you feel me? Well accompanied by Mirko's hair over here. It really reminds me of that Gojo volume cover that we covered that, to be honest, hey, I don't think that video aged well, to be honest, because the piece was kinda, I ain't gonna lie, but hey, I was learning, you know what I'm saying? We all start from somewhere. Again, bro, like I told you, he likes to use his lighter colors. Again, bro, this comes back in this piece because that's the kind of brightness that he likes to use inside his pieces. So again, Mirko's skin tone would be in a lighter tone, but it's still the same complexion. And then obviously we get, I feel, his signature, to be honest, of just putting like highly saturated points at the places where he wants you to focus at, which are the eyes, because this piece is so intense. As Mirko being already an intense character already, all he needed to do was to just make a piece of her just staring at the viewer, because I feel like that's really interactive. He did a great job with that. You can really see her beady eyeballs just staring into your soul. Shit, she could stare at me all day type shift. Now you might be wondering, what is the real big issue here? People were saying that this picture was Mirko getting whitewashed, and people started raving on it on Twitter. I don't even want to go into the full thing about it just for my own mental sanity, but guess what? That found me because I was live on stream. If you don't be going there, come on bro, what are you doing bro? You're missing out on more lore. But that was when we came across something live that I was actively trying to not talk about, because I don't really like talking about situations that I'm not really fully educated on, but I just had to share my reaction to what happened. This is the most racist shit I've ever seen. Posted this, right? Peak art as per usual. He made this amazing piece of Mirko. We don't have to keep having this discussion of like skin tone and shit, especially to Horikoshi. He's already been through it with our whole community and shit like that. And we have stupid niggas like this just doing shit like this. And he made another one? Watermelon equal to My Hero Academia. Even if he is black making this art, bro, I think it's pretty offensive. And if Twitter is gonna take this and run with it, bro. I'm not really one for like drama or anything, and I have no hate towards the guy, but god damn, my nigga, what are you posting? To my fellow black people in chat, you know what I'm saying? It's another case of niggas being racist again, which we sadly have to deal with. Sadly. Shit is out here, bro. Now, to be honest, for me, my personal thoughts about this, ever since then, bro did delete his post, so I'm not really gonna drag this for a while. But yeah, it's just honestly disgusting that we have to see people deal with that, because to be honest, bro, I've been telling y'all, bro, the anime community is low-key racist on the low, and racism is very much still there, so keep an eye out, bro, because it just took this situation for someone to just jump on it and just turn this whole beautiful piece that Horikoshi just decided to draw to share for his fans, you know, a beloved character that he designed, you know, that people love. You would want to feed those fans, you know, of that character, you know what I'm saying? Fans including me. I mean, shit, free food, I'm eating. But I feel honestly like the post grew too much to a point where it went outside the intended audience, and then people who didn't have really much any knowledge about Horikoshi or his art style, to be honest, just people who don't have much knowledge about art just saw this and was like, oh my god, whitewashing, and didn't do their own research into what went into this stuff. The racist guys were like, huh, I feel like I could run up a few thousand likes off this minstrel art. Are you proud of that? Are you actually proud of that? It just sucks that we have to deal with this as a community. Like, why are some of y'all silly, bro? Like, why can't we just chill and just enjoy some peak art? Like, would you like it if someone did that to your art, bro? I mean, like, I don't know. Let me know. Let's have a discussion about it or whatever.